Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Brendan, and I am in Milan today. I've travelled 2 hours on an aeroplane to find out about fragrances. Can you believe that? Kind of makes me think I've got a problem somehow, but you know, whatever. I'm at the expo called Esxense, which is the fragrance expo in Europe. And I'm going to share with you at the end of this video my top picks of the best fragrances from this expo. There's about 300 brands exhibiting. There's going to be tons of fragrances on show. I've already been into Milan and experienced a few of the boutiques, so they're in the running. But stay tuned to find out the top 5 fragrances from this trip. And I'm also going to show you some of the sights of Milan. I'm going to travel to Unimatic watches and have a look at their array, their range. They're a really cool micro brand from Italy, make tool watches and other interesting things. And I'm hanging out with a bunch of people from literally across the world. There's people in our group from New Zealand, from Singapore, from Australia, from America, from Northern Europe, as well as little old me from the UK stroke Spain. And so that's really cool. And I'm with Marcelo, the niche fragrance collector, and he's doing some filming out here as well, so that'll be interesting to catch up with him and learn from him. So yeah, that's the plan. You're gonna come with me. And at the moment, I'm walking through this beautiful park. Oh, and I've got the Cartier tank on, which I'm just enjoying a lot. You need to raise your style game in Milan, because literally every bloke you see looks like impeccably dressed. Every female, every woman is beautifully dressed and presented. And so it definitely makes you raise your game a little bit. And who knows, might even pick up some pieces on the fashion front too. Let's just see. Oh, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out. Really do appreciate it. It really helps. And YouTube then recognizes more people that can benefit from it, and it keeps me motivated as well. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share it with people that you think would benefit from this. So heading down to Unimatic watches now, and I'm going to maybe stop and have a look at some bits and pieces along the way. Lots of these kind of courtyard spaces here in Milan. Really nice use of space. Rather than it being like immediately out onto a really busy road, you actually have a nice courtyard space to get away from maybe some of the noise and stuff like that. Great first day at Esxense today. Some really interesting brands. PH Parfums was really nice. Lots of Barcelona brands, made some good connections there. And looking forward now to tomorrow with the rest of the gang, so to speak. But for now, feeling a little bit low on energy. So check out some watches, and probably that's about it for tonight. Grab some food and chill. So let's go and have a look. Well, nearly the end of the trip, and I'm just wandering down to the Duomo area for one final time, I think, before I head to the airport. So it's been a great trip. Had a fantastic experience at the L'Absolu factory, basically, watching them make some of the fragrances, that kind of stuff. Met some really cool people from literally all over the world. America, New Zealand, Middle East, pretty much all of Europe. So that's cool. Always good to meet like-minded people. I'm checking out a couple of Milanese, not the spaghetti or the pasta, but shops and outlets here that I might pick something up as a bit of a souvenir. And really good to dive deep into the fragrance world. It's that collector's mindset, I think, going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, learning about the fragrances, learning about the artists, the creators, the ingredients, all that kind of stuff. It's not for everybody, but it definitely is for me. So, important key point of this video, which were my top fragrances from this Esxense week? Well, I'm going to give you a few, but I don't want to get run over first. So, first one I'm going to give you was Panadora Opulux. Beautiful, opulent luxury, I guess is why they called it that. Fragrance, quite masculine. I'm actually wearing it now. There's a leather in there that feels like there's a little booze note in there. And maybe I'll do a review because I've got a sample of that. New York Intense by Nikolai. I was impressed with that brand. I love that brand. Love the bottles, love the branding in general. Quite a sort of fougere, masculine-y fragrance, but not overpowering. Elegant, really nice. Francesco Bianchi's Mariner's Rhyme. What a fragrance that was. Don't think it's been released yet. Haven't got a sample, but that really, really was a good fragrance. The L'Absolu Ambergris. I bought that. I'll do a review on that at some point, I'm sure. Wow, what a fragrance. And then the Gritty fragrance, new to that brand, Gritty Muscaria. Musky, masculine fragrance. And I think it's actually Luca Gritty's personal scent. So that's quite cool as well. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me, right? And then so many others that are notable here that kind of could have been on the list. I love patchouli, so there's a few patchouli fragrances. The Nikolai one, the L'Absolu one, Grand Musk by Panadora was really cool. So many brands. PH Fragrances stood out as well. They had a lovely patchouli fragrance too. Right now my head's kind of fried with it, but I'll come back and review some of these ones. And I actually picked up a bunch of samples, but also bottles of some epic fragrances. Fougere, or Fuea, I want to say, the Argentinian brand. The concept that they have is incredible. They've got some incredible fragrances as well. Might even pick one up today. So definitely there on the list too. Yeah, what a trip and what a place Milan is. Also, I say big thanks to the niche fragrance collector on this trip. Great to meet up and spend some time with the NFC community. Really good stuff, and we had some excellent access to some of the great brands like Fragrance de Bois and L'Absolu and Panadora and other cool brands at Esxense. Power of community, that's what it's all about. So in coming weeks, I've got content on fragrances, on watches, and plenty more. Make sure you're subscribed to check it out and look at that beautiful view of the Duomo in Milan. Such a stunning area. Hopefully you can hear me with all these buskers. What a vibe here, right?